Life is a blessing. Life is an absolute blessing. This painting behind me, this gorgeous painting behind me, was a gift from one of my students. And it's a picture of Jesus, and he's leading all of his followers back into the kingdom of heaven. And I saw this painting online.
This painting behind me, this gorgeous painting behind me.
And I said to her,
and he's leading all of his followers back into the kingdom of heaven.
So I said to her, is that painting available for sale? And she said, no. And then she asked me for my address, and she shipped it to me from Norway. You know, it's pretty remarkable. So it's the painting that I treasure. Oh gosh, life is a miracle. You never know what's going to come to you. And I just have such gratitude and appreciation for everything in my life that I've been granted and gifted with. And it is truly a blessing. Okay. So who have we got with us today? Let me check in. We have Denise, we have Jill, we have Kim Renee. Who is the 987 number? It's a European number. I don't think I know who that is. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Whew, lesson 154. Maybe that's Spanky. Maybe that's what I'm talking about. Okay, lesson 154. I am among the ministers of God. Let us today be neither arrogant nor falsely humble. We have gone beyond such foolishness. We cannot judge ourselves, nor need we do so. These are but attempts to hold decision off and to delay commitment to our function. It is not our part to judge our worth, nor can we know what role is best for us. What we can do within a larger plan, we cannot see in its entirety. Our part is cast in heaven, not in hell. And what we think is weakness can be strength. And what we believe to be our strength is often arrogance. Whatever your appointed role may be, that was selected by the voice for God, whose function is to speak for you as well. Seeing your strengths exactly as they are and equally aware of where they can be best applied, for what, to whom, and when. He chooses and accepts your part for you. He does not work without your own consent, but he is not deceived in what you are and listens only to his voice in you. It is through his ability to hear one voice, which is his own, that you become aware at last that there is one voice in you. And that one voice appoints your function and relays it to you, giving you the strength to understand it, to do what it entails, and to succeed in everything you do that is related to it. God has joined his Son in this, and thus his Son becomes his messenger of unity with him. It is this joining through the voice for God, and of Son, that sets apart salvation from the world. It is this voice which speaks of laws the world does not obey, which promises salvation from all sin, with guilt abolished in the mind that God created sinless. Now this mind must become aware again of who created it and of his lasting union with itself. So is itself the one reality in which its will and that of God are joined. A messenger is not one who writes the message he delivers, nor does he question the right of him who does, nor ask why he has chosen those who will receive the message that he brings. It is enough that he accepts it, give it to the ones for whom it was intended, and fulfill his role in its delivery. If he determines what the messages should be, or what their purpose is, and where they should be carried, he is failing to perform his proper part as bringer of the word. There is one major difference in the role of heaven's messengers, which sets them off from those the world appoints. The message that they deliver are intended for them, and it is only as they can accept them for themselves that they become able to bring them further, to give them everywhere that they are meant to be, like earthly messengers. They did not write the messages they bear, but they become their first receivers in the truest sense, receiving to prepare themselves to give. An earthly messenger fulfills his role by giving all his messages away. The messages of God perform their part by their acceptance of his messages as for themselves, and show they understand the messages by giving them away. They choose no roles that are not given them by his authority, and so they gain by every message that they give away. Oh, this is moving me to tears. Would you receive the messages of God? For thus do you become his messenger. You are appointed now, and yet you wait to give the messages you have received. And so you do not know that they are yours and do not recognize them. No one can receive and understand he has received until he gives. For in the giving is his own acceptance of what he received. So beautiful. You who are now the messenger of God, receive his messages, for that is part of your appointed role. God has not failed to offer what you need, nor has it been left unaccepted. Yet another part of your appointed task is yet to be accomplished. He who has received for you the messages of God would have them be received by you as well, for thus do you identify with him and claim your own. It is this joining that we undertake to recognize today. We will not seek to keep our minds apart from him who speaks for us, for it is but our voice we hear when we attend him. He alone can speak for us and us for him. He alone can speak to us and for us, joining in one voice, the getting and the giving of God's word, the giving and receiving of his will. So gorgeous. We practice giving him what he would have, that we may recognize his gifts to us. He needs our voice that he may speak through us. He needs our hands to hold his messages and carry them to those whom he appoints. He needs our feet to bring us where he wills, that those who wait in misery may be the last delivered. He needs our will united with his own, that we may be the true receivers of the gifts he gives. Let us but learn this lesson for today. We will not recognize what we receive until we give it. You have heard this said 100 ways, 100 times, and yet belief is still lacking. But this is sure. Until belief is given you, you will receive 1,000 miracles and then receive 1,000 more, but will not know that God himself has left no gift beyond what you already have, nor has denied the tiniest of blessings to his Son. What can this mean to you until you have identified with him and with his own? Our lesson for today is stated. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Rosemaria. Our lesson for today is stated thus. I am among the ministers of God, and I am grateful that I have the means by which to recognize that I am free. I'm going to repeat that. I am among the ministers of God, and I am grateful that I have the means by which to recognize that I am free. The world recedes as we light up our minds and realize these holy words are true. They are the message sent to us today from our Creator. Now we demonstrate how we have changed our minds about ourselves and what our function is. For as we prove that we accept no will we do not share, our many gifts from our Creator will spring to our sight and leap into our hands, and we will recognize what we received. Move me to tears. Lesson 154. I am among the ministers of God. Hold on a minute. was told when I was very young that I was a voice for God. And I guess that's what it means for us to be ministers, right? To be ministers for God. I am among the ministers of God. Okay, here we go. I'm going to bring Magdalene through. Greetings, beloveds. Beloveds, we are indeed the messengers of God. We are indeed the voice. When your willingness, when you allow yourself to surrender fully to your function as a messenger of God, as a voice of God, you will be utilized to bring messages, for you have allowed yourself to receive what is given and what is granted unto you by God. And then there is naught for you to do, yet to share this with all beings. And what it is that you receive, you give, and what it is that you give, you receive. So seek within, beloveds, go into your hearts and surrender your will and your mind to God. Be what you are, who you are, the gift that you are to the world, the gift that you are to life, the gift that you are to God, and the gift that you are to yourself. Allow yourself to be the speaker, allow yourself to be the giver, and allow yourself to listen, and allow yourself to receive the gift that is yours as a messenger of God. For when you align yourself with the message of God, you step into the realm of being at one with all of creation. For the very words that you speak, the very words that you utter, every conversation that you have blesses. It blesses you and it blesses those with whom you converse. For indeed, beloveds, you are a blessing. When God breathed us, when he inhaled and as he exhaled, we were all created in the oneness and the unity and the love of God. There was only one message to ever share with one another and with ourselves. And that is the love of God. The love that exists in you, the love that exists as you. Every thought that you think is a creative action. Allow your thoughts, beloveds, to be in alignment with that of God. Allow yourself to think of the situations, the conversations, the actions that you must take, and allow them to be done with love. When you prepare food for yourself and others, beloveds, allow it to be filled with love. As you drive your vehicles, as you fly upon your airplanes, envision everyone with whom you interact, the cars next to you, in front of you, and behind you, passengers on the airplanes, passengers on the trains, the people on the sidewalks that you greet, those in the stores where you shop. Allow yourself to pause for a moment and bless them and send them love. See them through the eyes of love, beloveds, and you will come to recognize that you yourself are that messenger. You yourself are the embodiment of the very love that you are granting to another. And when you come to see love through these love-filled glasses, when you come to see that every moment is an act of creation in alignment with the mind of God, love is all that you see, for love is all that you are. If you have anyone with whom you hold a grievance, if you have anyone you have not yet been ready, willing, or able to forgive, go within, beloveds, and ask the Holy Spirit to come to you. And ask to see this being differently. Ask to see yourself differently. Ask to be able to have your heart softened so that you may be a conduit, you may be an extension, and you may be a messenger of God to grant love to this being. For each being craves to be reminded of the love that they are. Be that messenger of love, beloveds. Be that one who says, "Ah, yes, I remember you. Yes, I recognize you. For you are me. For you are the love, and you are the light." And as you indeed grant that to another, you grant that to yourself. There's a peace that comes with this, beloveds. There is a tenderness. There is a sensitivity to life. Be the messenger of God, beloved, that you are, and bring forth the message of love, God's good message for all. Know that our blessings are upon you, always. Know that we see the love that you are. I thank you for the messenger that you are. I thank you for the messages that you have delivered to me, for the times in which we have met, the times in which we have existed. And I thank you for your gift, for you truly are a gift to me. Blessings to you always, beloved ones. And I will speak with you again. Oh my goodness, so much love. I wish you all a beautiful day. Lesson 154. I am among the ministers of God. I love you, and I will speak with you again soon. Bye, everybody. Have a beautiful day.